place and having a very good competition.
In fact, they're closing on the Chinese. They have closed that lead.
Yeah, the Chinese were leading by 2.664 coming in after the second rotation. It's only 1.713, so the Americans picked up about 9/10 of a point. The Americans vaulting against the Chinese floor.
Soviets are on a good event for them. The balance beam, back handspring, the 2 layout.
And Strajeva has already set the tone. You were talking about setting the tone with the first competitor, 9.95 for her. And this is Baitova.
Nice work, back roll extension, back handspring. Her Gymnastics acrobatic series.
Kind of a weak one in a way, wasn't it, Kathy?
Yeah, I've seen a lot better.
A simple leap. Most of the girls are using more difficult combinations.
Triple twist dismount. Landed a little funny in a deep pipe. That will be a deduction.
It'll be interesting to see what she scores on that, because that was a significant deduction. Whether the judges take it or not will remain to be seen.
That's true, and the judges have seen some tremendous balance beam routines to compare it to.
Well, there's a lot of talk in Seoul, Kathy, about the fact that the judging was too easy. The gymnasts were better than the current scoring system. Then all of this talk about the revised system, and yet the first girl up for the Soviets gets a 9.95. Did they really revise the system, or are the judges just not paying attention to it?
They did revise the system, but in my opinion, it's too easy to get the bonus, and in that way, we cannot separate the very good from the great.
A 9.925 for Baitova.
Boy, that is a low score.
Yes.
They'll probably end up throwing that one out.
Ma Ying, incidentally, of China, first to vault a 9.812.
Front tuck up to the balance beam. Used to be a very common mount. Now you don't see it that much anymore.
This is Lashinova of the Soviet Union, and she has had an excellent competition so far.
Watch this powerful run right here. Back handspring to layout, landing 2 feet together.
That is a gorgeous move. Some people do something that they call a layout, but that was a true layout. And that's an interesting step. The Treg lead, Twisty Song. This is her gymnastics series.
And what's Lashinova done today? Nothing more than a 10 on vault and a 9.95 on bars.
Gymnastics acrobatic series, a little more original. Forward roll to the jump. Another layout, step out. She maintains good leg form on those layout step outs, which is important. Many people lose that form. Two back handsprings to a full in. Full twisting double back dismount. I can't tell you how difficult that is off the balance beam. It's hard on the floor.
So Lashinova just having what could be considered the meat of her life with a 10 and a 9.95 so far, and will certainly score very highly on the beam.
How she can walk off so casually after doing a full in off the balance beam, I'll never know. Look at this, perfectly straight on these back handsprings. Enough power to pull that around, and of course a step. But the judges will keep in mind how difficult that dismount was when they take the deduction for the landing. Very difficult and very well done.
Natalia Lashinova, and no score yet for her. And there's Nellie Kim once again. Been around this track a little bit.
She was many people's favorite gymnast.
9.962. So obviously they took a little bit off for that little step she took. And now on the balance beam, maybe their best, although I'll tell you, it's very hard to pick any one of them out as the best Soviet.
One arm handstand, Open very strong. Nice original little move.
Like the
Haven't seen
Healy
it in a
twirl
while.
that the guys
Exactly.
use on parallel bars.
Actually, Steffi Craker did that a long time ago. Wasn't
really
that long ago.
exciting.
It was when I was competing, so it wasn't that long ago.
It's really exciting to see Strazova in this competition. Many of you will remember in Seoul, she hurt her knee on the balance beam while she was competing and had to be carried off the floor. She's back and she looks terrific. As you can see, there's a flesh tone knee brace on her left knee there.
Handspring layout, step out to a back handspring. Nice split loop, showing the full flexibility. Dismount, double tuck. Ooh, a step on the landing. With that and a slight bobble after a full turn, a little unsureness throughout the routine. Still going to score well, though.
So far for the Soviets, 9.962 by Leshenova, 9.925 by Baitova. Strajeva now waits for her score.
Of course, she was a member of the gold medal winning team in Seoul. Nice mount. There was that first little bobble. Back handspring, layout, step out. Back handspring, perfectly straight with the balance beam.
And for the United States, Sandy Woolsey. Woolsey waiting her turn on the bars.
This is Sandy's best event.
Wendy Bruce has just scored 9.762 ahead of her. Strajeva 9.925.
Nice reverse hex. Straddle back to a handstand. Good positions there. Giant full. Lost a little form there and saw her toe point. Legs slightly come apart or cross. But other than that, the rest of the routine was very nice.
Sandy Woolsey. Well, the Soviet Union continues to dominate here in Stuttgart. A lot more to come, and we'll be back right after this.
One dry is brewed longer. One dry is brewed from the most expensive ingredients. One dry refreshes completely. One taste, and you'll know why. The One Dry is Michelob Dry. It can stop the hottest action. The Minolta Maxim 3000i. Ultra-wide angles. Over 30 autofocus lenses. Extreme telephoto zooms. It captures what no snapshot camera can, even in difficult lighting. It's the autofocus SLR that's this easy. The incomparable Maxim 3000i, only from the mind of Minolta.
I'm Gilad.
And I'm Ada, his little sister.
Be sure to watch Bodies in Motion.
Basic training.
Okay, watch Bodies in Motion and Basic Training for a full hour of fitness starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right here on ESPN.
Well, Stuttgart is the state capital of Baden-Württemberg, and it's the home to over 600,000 West Germans, a city that is rich in tradition and very proud of its heritage. It is a future-oriented city, to be sure. And now in Florex is Christina Pontas of Romania.
Open with a double layout. Good position in the air, nice and strong.
Woolsey 9.9 on the uneven bars. Very good score.
Full twisting double back handspring straddle jump. Right right through to a double back. Incredible tumbling pass. 2 tumbling passes. All of those were difficult moves combined together to form one tumbling pass. Gymnastics has come a long way in the last few years.
What a dismount, a whip back through to a tuck double back. What a tumble.
Beautiful.
Christina Bontas of Romania.
Having a terrific day, by the way, at 9.9 on the uneven bars, a 9.937 on beam. She's going to score well there.
Tremendous. One can sit in awe of those tumbling passes, all in the same routine, and easily done. Front tuck onto the beam.
Sasha Nenkova on beam, 9.925 for the Soviets, and Hendrick of the United States, 9.937 on bars. So the Americans getting a couple of very good performances on the uneven bars. Hendrick and Woolsey. Boginskaya now on beam.
She was 5th on this event at the Olympic Games.
Not a bad evening for her either. 9.95 in vault. Perfect 10 on the uneven bars.
She is a good all-around gymnast. No weaknesses really in any event. But then most of the Soviets are like that.
$9.987 for Bontas and Florex, and the crowd thought she was probably worth a 10.
Boginskaya has such terrific long lines. She's actually 5'3" and 3/4, which in this competition, she's a giant compared to many of the other gymnasts.
Oh! 2 back handsprings to a layout, step out, and a fall.
Randy Johnson also just had a fall on uneven bars. And we will have a chance to look at that in a moment.
Major happenings here in this rotation.
Major happenings in this building.
Double back dismount. That's a shame. She had a great competition going. Of course, in terms of the Soviet team, it's not as bad. They can drop that score.
Here's a look at Brandy Johnson. She did have a fall. She's having a tough meet here, at least in this portion of it.
And you've got to wonder what's happening with Brandy, whether it's the virus that really had an effect on her training. She had a terrific year. Maybe it was just too much packed into one year. She's been up since the Olympic Games in Seoul.
This has always been a
Take a
very
look.
difficult combination here. Looked like she was right there, Kathy.
Exactly. She was trying to catch that, though, in a crossed grip. And she didn't have a good grasp of the bar. Very disappointing. Like I said, she's had a tremendous year. She's done so much for USA Gymnastics. In international meets, she won 5 gold medals in the meet in East Germany.
Boginskaya on the beam, 9.475. And that is the lowest score that they have had on beam, so they likely will not even use it. It will depend on Alicia Dudnik. And Dudnik is on the bar now while we look at Brandy Johnson. Brandy trying to gather her thoughts right now. Meanwhile, on floor exercise, Daniela Silivash of Romania.
She's very exciting gymnast. I enjoyed very much watching her at the Olympic Games. She was 2nd in the all-around there.
She won the gold on floor exercise.
As well as the gold on the uneven bars, the balance beam. She did a great job over there. Very nice gymnast.
And had a very good floor exercise here. She's having a very good competition here, as a matter of fact. Silivash, who did everything at the Olympic Games and has not really missed a beat here, as this, of course, the first major competition following the Olympic Games. She's already had a 10 on the bars and a 9.9 on beam.
Take a look. Their tumbling run, whip back. 2 back handsprings to a full in. Difficult pass. Many of the gymnasts are just doing the full in, but to tumble through to a full in
10 was her score. I guess that's about as good as you can get.
Boy, this was a very significant rotation in terms of the all-around competition as well, because Boginskaya, who is the current European champion and favored here, fell off the beam, while Silivash, who was due a world championship title in the all-around, knocking out 2 10s and a 9-9.
Brandy Johnson, incidentally, 9-3-6-2 with that fall on the uneven bars. Well, the story continues to be the dominance of the Soviet Union.